Good morning, folks, and welcome to FYI. For your information, folks, believe it or not, it's already the 25th day of June, 5 days left in this month. How are you folks doing out there this morning? How are you folks doing out there? We told you guys once we're not on at a specific time. You all know it's boots on the ground, is something happening, something going on, something is coming. Good to have all of you there. The 6th, folks, the 6th day of July, the launch of the APNU Coalition campaign. It's going to be at the Square of the Revolution. And I hope that all of you folks are making plans to be there. Pace and power. Making plans to be there. The nomination, we want boots on the ground. We're going to be on social media for those who are in the diaspora and just can't come. But for the rest of you, you're gonna have to make your way down. You should make your way down to the Square of the Revolution. And then on the 14th, nomination day, that's gonna be big as well. That's gonna be loud, it's gonna be grand. Yeah, right. So ensure that you're there as well. Boots on the ground, nomination day. Lots happening, folks. Lots happening in the campaign. I'm looking forward to sharing more and more with you folks out there, because we know how much you guys appreciate the valid and credible information. Orin Dunn says it's hot as hell in Brooklyn. Orin, who sent you there? Huh? You ever wake up good in Guyana, and then boom, you go in Brooklyn, and then you're complaining about the heat. Huh? You ever wake up good? Lynn Fernand, Sabrina Blue, Yvette, Orin Dunn, Marlene, good to have you in the live. Cleon, good to have each and every one of you folks joining us this morning. Lots going down. You know, you got to talk to your family about these issues. Talk to your family at home in Guyana. For those of you who are in the diaspora, those of you in Guyana, speak to each other. Talk to a neighbor, talk to a friend, talk to a work colleague about the issues that are at stake. Y'all know you're from begging. You're from begging. Oh. The amount of times I heard yesterday morning, Irfan used the word risk in a Facebook live, a live stream he was on. My God, he finished risk. You got no more risk left. Not to worry. You ain't got no more risk left at all. Folks, it's a long way. And when Jack Dioda run out saying, oh, landslide. I'm lying on them. Irwin Don, Beryl, Desiree, Kieran. Am I lying on them? Neville, Dorrit, we lying on them. Jack Dioda said, landslide. David Papin. And now them boys, my God, they're so worried. They're so bothered by what the opposition is doing, bothered by what other political parties are doing, you know. So Irfan run out yesterday morning, I see he run out back this morning again. Now, if you know you got a thing secure, what is it? Give us easy time on this side. You should rock back and cruise into the finish line. If you know you did everything right and you did well by the citizens. If you know you did well by indigenous people, you don't have any time to be worried about other people because you know it's secured. Joy Phillips, what are you worried about? What are you worried about? Right? Joy said, I'm not worried about that. Right? Just the front, these people got all the money to pay, all the rigging. Yeah. They can do what they got to do. We're going to push back too. You think we're taking it, sir? Gloria Chester, we ain't taking it just like that. Gloria said, pay some power, boots on the ground. Yep. Let's go. Rahan Basantram and all the other folks joining us this morning. Sabrina Blue, good to have all of you on the live. Y'all hear what we say? We on the live. Good. So happy to be with you all, even though it's a little different time this morning because what's happening on the ground. You know, I know a lot of people catch our program early, sometimes on the break and so on. And we've been thinking about shifting because the campaign is on, folks. You know, you got so many early meetings, a Zoom here, an in-person meeting there, bap. You know, so one has been thinking about shifting it to 9. It's in our contemplation. Rohan, Gloria, I like early morning though. I like the 8 o'clock. You know, you set the tone for the day. But good to have all of you on the live this morning. Nigel Plas is here too. Rahanba, Basantram, Neville Seal. Good to have you good folks on the live with us. So much happening, folks. So much to be grateful for, hopeful for, optimistic for. You're not going to be beggy like them boys. They had 5 years in government, this last iteration. 23 years before that. And in this last 5, they had more money than the last 23 combined. And they spend. The thief out. And now Irfan out here begging. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Please and thank you, Neville. Neville, we come in to Marion and we come in. But let the work in Mario continue. Continue to raise the issues in Mario with the folks there, the great people of Mario. The 20 dead at the Mario female dormitory there. Dormitory. That's on the ballot too. The Mario Secondary School female dormitory. The 20 dead. That is on the ballot as well. Good to have all of you on. Louisa Johnson, Sheena Hazel, I see Mitch is here. Akeem is here as well. Good to have all of you. Everton, give me easy time. Irfan. Irfan run out. Folks, this morning, President Irfan Ali had a live stream. You know, he's wake up. He's wake with the anti-banter. Please and thank you. He's worried. He is worried. You know, I don't know if he and Jack are not comparing communication notes, right? But Jack wanted to be a beat quite recently. He's a landslide. He's a landslide. People say he dreaming. He dreaming on the second turn. Landslide. But Irfan betrayed it yesterday morning, folks. Irfan betrayed it yesterday morning, talking about all these myriad risks. All these risk. Take a look. Take a listen.
We can't risk our relationship with the United States, who have already said to us that they have serious national and international security concerns about individuals. One such individual believed that he can sacrifice the safety and security of an entire country for his self-interest. So on September the 1st, we either risk it all or we keep moving forward with the People's Progressive Party Civic. Now is not the time to risk it. This is a time for strong, trusted, stable, competent, visionary leadership. And that is what the People's Progressive Party Civic offers you. The choice on September 1st that you have is for a safe, stable, secure, and responsible development with the People's Progressive Party Civic. And taking this country forward without any risk. Consider that what we have today, consider the way we are delivering, because it is comprehensive. And if you do not vote for moving together forward, for moving forward together as one people on September 1st, you put it all at risk.
It's risky stay with them. It's risky stay with them. We got to vote him out. Where is that bravado? Landslide. Vote them out, guys. Top to bottom. Vote them out. Risk. And they've been the biggest risk for this country. The biggest security risk for this country. 5 of our servicemen dead. Soldiers shot at. With impunity by the Venezuelans. Them is the risk. Cocaine left, right, and center. The biggest drug bust in the history of the world happened on the PPP. This country here, they are the risk, folks. They are the risk. We barely full in this country, but we hungry. Them is the risk. We're as wealthy as we'd ever be in this country, and yet poverty follows us, shadows us. Folks, them is the risk. We gotta vote them out. Arwin Jacqueline McGarrell Sivell, Denise Fraser, and all the other folks on with us this morning. The man beg, blow coming, He go, hotty bad. Blow. Remember he was the blow man? Or who get him blow, and who get him blow. But blow come from it, Blow come from it, The people vex with them. Bite everybody, man. Bite, watch for it. More cash grants coming. $1 million per household. Watch for it. More cash grants coming. They are extremely worried. But you got to keep a focus. I say hold. You got to hold, folks. You got to hold. They're frightened. By the time you get to Thursday, landslide. Jack Bill. Landslide. Landslide. That's what you're saying. And by the time next week, they say risk. Risk. They have been the most riskiest of governments we ever had, folks. The gunning down, the murders, the shooting down, the robberies, you name it, on every front, and then they robbing the Guyanese. And he coming out the hay, watching other people and talking about risk, other individuals and groups. You don't let me waste time with this government. And that's what we Guyanese got to do. Soon as you slip up, shape up, out you go. Out you go. They're the high risk one. You know, everyone is talk half and everyone is left half, you know. If you're talking about sanctioned individuals as being risky, well, then we can't just have the Irfan. Because caught up in that, Neville, caught up in that, wasn't their government sanctioned as well? Wasn't their party, by extension, Pam Hall, sanctioned too? I mean, let's be real. Let us be real. Please and thank you. Let us be real. The APNU AFC government had its own challenges, but it was never these things. It was never this high risk administration that is the PPP. They had a central exec member. She was also the permanent secretary at the Ministry of Public Security. Same thing. Home Affairs was made to Thomas, sanctioned as well. She was in the executive of the PPP. So it is a risk to re-elect the PPP, a sanctioned regime, a sanctioned government, with all our flaws as a government. We're never that risky. And the Guyanese people know, without oil money, the last government delivered. That is why I liked what Prime Ministerial candidate Jorita Fernandes said quite recently. She said this fellow, Mr. Norton, describing her running mate, the presidential candidate for the APNU coalition. He's been in politics a long time, and nobody can point a finger and say he's on the take. Nobody can point a finger and say he live in a room with Sue to make deals. Nobody can point a finger at him. It's risky Irfan. You're worrying with? Wasn't it Irfan who went in the GRA thing? So why he wanted to disassociate himself? He is the biggest risk. I dare say he is the biggest risk because he knew what he was doing and he was president. He is president. He knew what he was doing. So while he pointing other fingers at people about risk, the PPP is the biggest risk that this country faces. You think we can survive another year of this? Much more fight? Sanctions left, right, and center. When they sanctioned their senior policeman, Hemnot, wasn't the government sanctioned by extension? Yeah. OFAC said that Hemnot, he was managing the transshipment of tons of cocaine. There's not a little ounce and a little thing and so on, a little sniff. Tons of cocaine. You think Hemnot could do all of it by himself? Yeah? Hemnot running point for the PPP. The PPP is the biggest risk to this country, German. Nigel Terence Everett Bantu King. Biggest risk to this country. And you know, brothers and sisters, if the Americans didn't skin up the PPP, we're going to be business as usual If they don't rain down sanction on Irfan Ali's May to Son Thomas, the PPP's May to Son Thomas, if the Americans don't rain down sanction on May, it was business as usual. If businessman Azruddin Mohammed didn't skin up Irfan about his involvement in the GRA matter, you notice how the thing quiet down? You notice since Irfan get exposed in the text messages, the pay for play, that he was the one who facilitated the clearing of the Lamborghini. You notice how the whole matter quiet down, Jessa? You notice how Lamborghini gate gone quiet? Have you noticed that? Irfan Ali, Muhammad Irfan Ali, is the biggest risk to this country. He's a scamp. He's a scamping president. He's the biggest risk. And that's why I support again what Eureka said. We got a candidate. He no risk. He's a sure bet. Never went in a say story. You got no WhatsApp pay for play here. Irfan, he ain't got no sanctions here. He come and goes as he likes, even though y'all trail and tail and the whole, y'all know the whole thing top to bottom. Y'all know the whole thing top to bottom. So guy needs the choices very stark. Using Irfan's own words about risk. There's no risk for there with a man who gave any friends the edge. Guyanese. The WhatsApp messages reveal that businessman Azruddin Mohammed, presidential candidate of Win, skin up Irfan. Why didn't address that in the live? Why did not? Oh, the man said he did wrong in the vice. Nonsense. Nonsense. If the sanctions didn't rain down, was business as usual. He's a scamp. He is the biggest risk this country got. At least Mohammed was willing to come clean about it. He is the biggest risk because even with the mountain loads of evidence, Irfan is still denying his involvement. Who am not sure a policeman in this country running point for in the Guyana police force? His PPP is a cocaine government. I don't talk. It's a Sugate government. It's the PPP. See, run out this morning. Gloria Bud, the cocaine government president, the high-risk presidential candidate, Muhammad Irfan Ali, he ran out this morning. It's AI now. I wish it would replace he with AI. Digital government, 5 years in office. And they can't track and say, look what we've done comprehensively. It's a whole pack of half-baked projects. They're hustling to do 10 things. And in the process, doing nothing. And in the process, doing nothing. Folks, it took me a long time to understand what this phrase really meant. Advancement is not the same as progress. Movement is not the same as progress. It can take a long time more for the people to understand that. They're the ones who come promising the moon and the stars. Them promise me the fiber optic cable. We've to the one laptop per family. All the thieving scheme. All the thieving corrupt scampish schemes. Them promise us the skeleton sugar factory. What happened to that? Moon and the stars. Where we there now? Them promise to make sugar great again. Where are we now? And then Muhammad Irfan Ali coming around with funny but risk. The PPP is the biggest risk to this country. People, Guyanese people, I say hold. That's how we move it. See you this morning, folks. Maxine Monroe, Bernice, Rohan, Marlon Thomas. He ran out this morning. Well, we gotta make you run him back. A little chihuahua self like Dominic Gaskin. Little chihuahua. 5 years. 5 years. My God. What have we to show for it? What have we to show? See, right this morning, talking about AI. I want to replace a better version. You get one little chatbot, we do better than Irfan. one little chat bot will do much, much, much better than Irfan. You know, such a waste. Wasted 5 years, and now you got to come begging. You should be able to, you don't worry with nobody else. Because you have delivered, exceeded your manifesto, and all these back lies you always be telling people. You should be cruising. Not worrying about who is risk and risk. Let the guy needs to decide for himself. But no, because he's the biggest risk, and because he's been an enabler of risk himself, you see, you catch. He's worried. He is worried. And he has all right to be. See, rather this morning, folks, where a lot of promises, digitizing this and the digital age. Folks, when you listen to Irfan, try to call some of the terminology that is the language of this digital age, you know he know a thing he talking about. You know he know a thing. You know, when these high commissions and embassies locally listen to Irfan, they must laugh us to scorn. Look this one here. It's nincompoop. It's never see comfy. Right? Listen to what he spoke about this digital digitizing, digital government, digital governance. Take a look, take a listen.
The pillars of digital Guyana. One Guyana, one platform. The Citizen Portal. A centralized, one-stop digital platform available via website, Android, and iPhone apps. Will bring together all government services in one simple digital window. With just a few clicks, citizens will be able to apply for passports, birth certificates, driver's license, and ID cards, access health and education records, file taxes, and businesses can have their registration done online. GRA can have all these services available by just a click of a button. This process have already started. We're going to continue. You will be able to pay your utility bills, apply for housing and construction permits, and much more.
My Lord. So what have we done with the last 5 years? And the trillions of dollars. So you can't do none of them things online? Huh? You know, lots of the digital infrastructure and lots of the physical infrastructure this government came and abandoned that the last government put in place. We'd already gone ahead trying to bridge communities digitally, and that's why we put in hundreds of communities across this country, digital hubs, ICT hubs. I was shocked when I went places in the Burbis River. Those places closed down, those ICT hubs locked up tight, abandoned by this regime. I was surprised when I went to places like Tiger Pond, Karasabai, and so on. Those hubs built, equipment inside, lock up, so Irfan can come and sell you dreams. This is like what they did with the buses. The Granger buses, they left all the buses to rot. And then they come and say, oh, we will provide transportation for your children and your communities free of cost. We will provide buses and boats and bicycles. But we did that already. We did that already. Folks, the infrastructure was already being set in place and in place. If we were waiting for Avatar and bring the fiber optic cable, we're still waiting till now. We're still waiting till now. Who in prison for that? Who in prison for that? So when you hear them and all these thing ideas, you know, it's avenue for thief. It's scampery. It's scampery. We should have been much further along. We have to come now. Put down the infrastructure. He don't know what he's talking about. Our big son is Trinidadian. He was born in Trinidad. He's Guyanese by parentage, Trinidadian by birth. And his passport had expired. His passport. And we had to get his passport renewed. And at the same time, he was moving from the handwritten passport and he was upgrading to the digital, the Trinidadian digital passport. Folks, we could have gone online, applied for the digital passport, submitted documents online, and received that passport in the mail. And we have not encountered a person as yet. You hear what I'm telling you? You hear him telling you? Apply for the digital passport online. Submit the documentation online. And we ain't talk with a person yet. So what Irfan is really doing there is trying to play catch up because they've been too busy thieving. He's been too busy in WhatsApp. What I would have rather to hear him say is how much they have done with the trillions of dollars that they have spent. The trillions and trillions of dollars. But here are all these promises. Now you come to tell us you can get passport online. You're distant. Now, how do you think we were shortening the passport line, decentralizing the services, and bringing most of them online? I think somewhere along the line we call it part of ease of doing business. Not only for foreigners, but for nationals as well. I think we had called it part of the ease of doing business. It's dreams here for selling. It's dreams. Yes, it tells you something, folks. You could get billions of dollars if you don't know what to do with it. Well, they know what to do with it. Thief it out. Thief it out. If you don't spend it right, if you don't apply it right, you're going to be wasting time. And that's what's happening here. That is precisely what is happening here. They're wasting time. So this one stop. You can do this. You can do that. You can do the next. It's just so. Okay, Irfan. So why didn't do it already? 5 years. 5 years. What has actually been done in this area of digital governance? What has actually been done? What? Listen, sorry. More lies.
Axe Government is your AI assistant. AxeGov will be Guyana's official AI assistant for government services. AxeGov will be available 24/7 to answer citizens' questions and help complete tasks like renewing a license, checking your application status, or requesting documents. Powered by generative AI, AxeGov can answer all government queries and solve problems without human intervention. Already, this is deployed across different countries. In some countries, individuals can be assisted through AI in filling up their tax records so that it makes it easier, less expensive, and more efficient for them to do in their own homes at their own convenience. This is exactly what we'll be replicating here in Guyana to bring us to the first world service delivery model.
But hold on, Irfan, hold on. What we actually do the last 5 years, in terms of the digital space, what did we actually do? What did we actually do? Those of you who watch us, our ardent listeners and viewers, you all have heard us say how they waste COVID. How they waste COVID. COVID should have been used as a period to bring more services online. 3 years out of COVID. Here things he talking about gonna come later on. It's a waste time government. That's why you gotta vote them out. Ask Gov. He should be telling us how they have put in, operationalized Ask Gov. Not tell us the next time we come back. You're gonna ask Gov. It's waste time, people. Trillions of dollars, more than any other government has had. And now Irfan coming selling us dreams and telling us what other people is risk. PPP hold this country back. PPP holding this country back. Some years, oh look, road bill. But road falling apart, road collapsing. Folks, I have never been so afraid of a structure like that new Demwara Harbor Bridge under the PPP. Could I just say that out loud? I have never been more afraid of a structure like the new Demwara Harbor Bridge than under the PPP. If the PPP build a concrete road on the surface, on land, that collapsing, my God, like drink this little black tea. Like drink this little black tea. If they're building things on land that's falling down, like the poles, if they're building things on land, like roads that collapsing overnight, y'all, is my fear justified? Is it justified? You know how I know Irfan know we talking about? Irfan pronounce a word, generative. Folks, if you dabble with AI, if you are learning AI, if you interface with AI, you would know that word is not generative, it's generative. That's how it's pronounced. If you listen to these thought leaders on artificial intelligence, AI, you would know that word is not generative. But Irfan has not come across that word before. So as he see it there on the monitor that he's reading, he break it up quick. Generative. Generator, T-I-V-E, gotta be generative. Yeah. But in the digital space, in AI speak, it's generative. Generative AI. You'd never hear any thought leader in the world say generative AI. But he don't have a clue what he's talking about. He fluffing and bluffing. Fluffing and bluffing. And I'm so sad a couple Guyanese can get fetched away. But thousands of others I know are going to make the right choice for the APNO coalition. Generative. Young people must laugh away. Generative. This is where this fella came out from. Generative AI. I'm not saying you got to get things together all the time. That's not the point I'm making. But if you want to persuade us, you know, and you in the now, you see, it's easy for bust a shot, a song playing on you. That's the easy part. But to sit down and to contend with ideas and to actually know what is happening and trying to stay ahead of the curve and to be cutting edge is something totally different. No, there's part of the, you see, he talk half and left half. He talk half and left half. You see, when we talked about, for instance, when we talked about right sizing the sugar industry, we know what that meant for workers. And so, in tandem with that, we began retooling workers. We did a whole podcast the other day, and I focused heavily on lots of the initiative taken by the last government to retrain, refocus, retool sugar workers for other industries. We spent some time on that, but that is part of what we were doing while we were also right-sizing the industry. Now, if you're talking about using AI the way he's talking about it there, you can displace some people. You can displace some people. What are the numbers, Irfan? What numbers are we looking at? What numbers of public servants going to be displaced? Because AI doing all this work, giving you farm and full in farm and this and that, a couple of people can get replaced. What is the plan for them? You see, he talking half generative. He talking a generative half and he left in half. Please and thank you. Please and thank you. He talking half and he left it. You see, when you slow them down, you realize the fluff and bluff, you know. You realize the fluff and bluff. You see? You realize it. And the last thing I want to share with you folks, the time running away from us. He's talking about a sovereign AI cloud. A sovereign AI cloud. The last time I heard the word, use sovereign wealth and so on. natural resource fund and so on. It didn't end well at all. The promises, you see, with the natural resource fund, the sovereign wealth fund, it didn't aging well at all. Listen to Irfan, he ran out this morning for a second time again.
Guyana's first sovereign AI cloud and AI and big data for better lives. We have to have sovereignty over our data, our information, and we'll be investing in our sovereign AI cloud to store our data, to improve lives, greater accessibility, and reduce the costs of transaction. So the days of cutting the roads and cutting the highways in search of pipelines will be long gone. And we can use technology to do this more efficiently, reducing the risk, but also creating an enabling environment for comfort of our citizens.
I think the first thing we got to do is build some proper roads, right? The days of cutting roads and so on ain't long gone. We even catch up to doing roads properly, PPP. You all have not even caught up to doing roads properly. We took you back to some roads that were done under the last government and showed you them roads ain't got a crack, ain't got a flake, nothing, pristine condition. But roads built in 2023, collapsing, Heroes Highway. What a testament to those fallen soldiers. The legacy crumbling before us. And he's talked to folks. If you haven't mastered the physical infrastructure of a country, we can trust you with the digital infrastructure. You can't even get power in this country consistently for 3 hours. You bring services online, people get blackout, you can't do nothing. I got to put my show run down to town nonetheless. What are you telling us, Irfan? What are you telling us? There's one thing people ought to know about AI. AI consumes a lot of energy, a tremendous amount of energy. Them boys just shelve the monetization aspect for the gas to shore operation. I was down at the back there at Wales. Nothing is going on with the gas to shore issue. As a matter of fact, the only thing that's going on, the company suing us for wasting the time. One of the operators suing us millions of US dollars for wasting their time. That's all that's going on down there. Nothing. So what are we powering AI with? What are we powering it with? You plug it into here for nonsense? Give us a break. Give us a break, folks. Give us a break. Y'all better know what you're doing. You want stable leadership. You want competent leadership. Focused leadership. Low risk leadership or no risk leadership. Aubrey Compton Norton. You ain't got no sanction, no way he name on it. None of friends. Risky like Irfan. Risky government. Cocaine government. Corrupt, scamping, scampish. Right? Generative, degenerative government. You watch them, folks. You got to watch them. Things heating up. We just have it come on for a couple minutes and say hello to you good folks. You see how them boys are? When you start deconstructing them, you'll find them wanting. Come on, Guyanese, we can't take these risks. Stay with us. Oh, AI. Gotta replace the whole PPP. AI would serve this country better than the whole PPP cabal. The whole PPP cabal. All of them. One proper AI. Folks, thanks for joining us this morning. Good to see Chanel, Deborah Clark. Good to see The Joint TV. The Joint TV. Guyana nowadays, so watch them. Gwyneth and June and Lester. Good to have you as well and all the other folks on with us this morning. 1,700 of you, oh my God. If 200 of you give us a share, where would we be? How many others will get their valuable and credible information? 600 of you on Facebook. My God, if 100 of you, share this broadcast, others would get the valuable and credible information. But nonetheless, we'll keep pushing. Denise and Sheena, Paulette, Eric and Mandy, good to have had all of you on the line this morning. Diane and June. I see Louisa, Juliet, good to have you here. And all the other beautiful folks joining us this morning. Thanks for doing that, folks. We're going to see you guys on the next one. Good to have you here. Folks, peace and power. We're going to see you guys in the next one. Stay safe and have a fantastic day. Stay safe.